Now that we have explored the purpose of the Proverbs, their target audience, as well as the source of wisdom, let us now begin to receive of it. Proverbs 1, verses 8 through 19. My son, hear the instruction of your father, and do not forsake the law of your mother. For they will be a graceful ornament on your head and chains about your neck. My son, if sinners entice you, do not consent. If they say, come with us, let us lie in wait to shed blood. Let us lurk secretly for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them alive like Sheol, and whole like those who go down to the pit. We shall find all kinds of precious possessions. We shall fill our houses with spoil. Cast in your lot among us. Let us all have one purse. My son, do not walk in the way with them. Keep your foot from their path, for their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed blood. Surely, in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird, but they lie in wait for their own blood. They lurk secretly for their own lives. So are the ways of everyone who is greedy for gain. It takes away the life of its owners. Verses 8 and 9 are fairly straightforward, considering the targeted audience discussed previously. Let them have regard to their parents. Solomon means not only that he would have his own children to be observant of him, nor only that he would have his pupils to look upon him as their father and attend to his precepts, but that he would have all children be dutiful and respectful to their parents. This is one of the challenges in studying Proverbs. This particular passage presupposes that a child has godly, or at the very least relatively moral parents. As we know by just looking at news headlines daily, this is not always the case. However, there are also many stories of children finding a moral example apart from ungodly, immoral parents, whether that be in a grandparent, teacher, or coach. There are many passages within the Proverbs that say do X, and Y will be the result. Statements like these are generally true, but we must also take them in context with other passages of Scripture which promise times of testing or the promise of hardship in this earthly life regardless of our godly actions. Verse 10 begins a scenario. Solomon gives another general rule to young people to take heed of the snare of bad company. Here is a father's warning against enticement by sinners who will succeed if his son fails to embrace wisdom. Sinners love company and sin. Verses 11 through 14 illustrates a potential scenario where a young person is offered an opportunity to wait in ambush with the intent of performing a violent robbery, with the utter depravity of the act in full display, with the declaration of lurking in secret for an innocent person. The alluring promise of precious possessions, enough to fill a house with that, will be shared. Join with us, and you will have a share in it too. Verse 15 directly confronts the invitation in verse 11. Sin must be rejected at the first temptation by refusing even the association that can lead to sin. Verses 16 through 18 convey the idea that the way of sin is downhill. Men not only cannot stop themselves, but the longer they continue in it, the faster they run and make haste in it. They are plainly told that this wicked way will certainly end in their own destruction, and yet they persist in it. They are like the silly bird that sees the net spread to take her, and yet she is decoyed into it by the bait and does not take the warning which her own eyes give her. Their greediness of gain hurries them upon those practices which will not suffer them to live out half their days. Verse 19 ends this section with Solomon specifying only the temptation to rob on the highway, yet he intends by this means to warn us against all other evils which sinners entice men to.